Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. How's it going? Today we're going to be going over the historic part of Columbus in the Uptown area. So right here we have the Phoenix City, or not the Phoenix City, the Phoenix Mills right here to our right. It's a pretty popular apartment complex that we have down here in Columbus. And right behind us where we just went through is actually a new development, the Currents and the Rapids, several hundred apartment complex unit over there, owned by the same people that own the Phoenix Mills as well, the W.C. Bradley Co. And that company, the W.C. Bradley Co., has done a heck of a lot for the city, or has done a heck of a lot in the city. If you actually take a look right here coming up on the right side of your screen, you'll see his name again, or the company's name again. And so he is actually a really big figure inside of the city and founded like real estate company, also helped found Synovus as well. And he was business partners with the person that originally owned the Phoenix Mills. But still to this day, over 100 years later, the legacy still lives on inside of the city with the company that he has, the W.C. Bradley Co. So if you see that name anywhere around, that's where it comes from. And you'll see little snippets of history around about him all over the city on these little placards that we have. And so we're just making our way down this main road that we have over here. And we're going to get into the houses in just a second so we can go take a look at that. But I do want to say on some history in this video, since we are going to the historic district. So Columbus has a plethora of history and notable figures that have came from this city. I don't think it's too well represented in exactly all we have going on. Right here is the Columbus, Georgia Convention and Trade Center. Right here on the right, there can be anything hosted in there. For the most part, karate tournaments, jiu-jitsu, weightlifting competitions, car shows, literally you name it. A gun show, all the gun shows are usually in there as well. So lots of stuff to go on in there. But well, we'll look right up here. We have a couple of interesting things coming up. So right here on the right side coming up, we have the Coca-Cola Space and Science Center, which is one of the best attractions I think inside of the city. It's pretty cool to go inside of, especially if you're a really huge nerd. I'm a huge nerd. I love anything to do with space. So I did enjoy going in there whenever I was a kid. They have the rocket flight simulator in there and all that good stuff. And then right here is going to be the new development of Heritage Park. They are taking down a lot of, or all of the houses that were located right here, and they are moving them and also refurbishing them, replacing all of the bad parts, and then reselling them to the public of Columbus. So if you are interested in owning a piece of history, then go ahead and do so. But there is a lot of, you know, requirements and with the HOA, you can't do anything you want with these properties. So you have to follow some of their guidelines. And right here we see some of the houses that we have in the historic district inside of the city. And to get back to a lot of the history, so this part was pretty much the first portion of Columbus to ever be built whenever it was founded in 1828. I know one of the prominent figures inside of Columbus, I believe it was William Walker, his son built 4 new homes in 1828 inside of this neighborhood. And some of those homes actually still stand to this day. And a lot of these homes are from the 1800s as well. And we're going to take a right down this road and take a look see. So also off this road, whenever we come back around, we're going to see some famous houses inside of the city, historic landmarks. You're going to see the Pemberton House, which was where John Pemberton lived during his stay in Columbus, and he was the founder of Coca-Cola, founded the Coca-Cola recipe inside of the city from when he got stabbed by a saber during the Civil War. And that is also one of the reasons why he ended up putting a little bit of something something, a little bit of cocoa inside of the Coca-Cola, if you know what I'm saying. He did that to relieve the pain that he was feeling, and then whenever he ended up moving up to Atlanta, he removed it from the recipe and started his journey down there. And a couple of other prominent figures whenever it comes to food and drinks inside of Columbus, since we were talking about John Pemberton. So the founder of RC Cola, actually from Columbus, and also Tom's Foods. Now, you might not know what Tom's Foods is, but if you ever been inside of a gas station and looked at one of those little chip bags or something like that that you see a whole bunch of them of, they kind of look like a knockoff brand of something. So Tom's Foods was actually also founded inside of Columbus. So we have a couple of things in the food industry that were founded in here, and I know many of you know about Coca-Cola, but maybe not about the other things. A couple other prominent figures that have came outside of Columbus is going to be John B. Amos. I've said this in a couple other of my videos, but he is the founder of everybody. My phone just overheated, so that's what I have filming the video. So that's why there's a cut right there. So phone overheated, but it is good now. Cool to back off with the air vents. So back on track. But as I was saying, the founder of Aflac was John B. Amos. We also have a cancer center that is named after him as well, John B. Amos Cancer Center. So that is another famous person that has came out of this city as well. And I said Synovus was also founded here. So lots of business has came from the city for sure. And I think I'm gonna try to fix this camera here in a second. And then I got something on my windshield. But we're gonna park right here so you can get fixed right. So I think that should do it right there. Okay. So backing up, I'm in a little parking spot right here next to an entrance to the Riverwalk. And you're actually about to see one of the newest additions coming to the city. It's going to be the Golden Park right there. I don't know if you can see it. You can probably see it a little bit, but that's going to be a baseball stadium for a new local baseball team that we're going to be getting here in Columbus, affiliated with the Atlanta Braves. Right now, they are the Mississippi Braves, and they have gotten a new name. I keep forgetting the name of it because I have no idea why they named it this, but it is the antiquated word for peach. I know it starts with a C, but I can't remember what it is. They could have named it literally anything else, but they They didn't. I'll probably put a picture up on the screen so you can see what the name of the what was up, what the name of the mascot is and what the team is. So, well, the mascot's just a peach. He is a peach holding a baseball bat. So, but this is going back up the historic district on this really bumpy red brick road that we have here. Uh, wouldn't expect any less from a brick road. It's going to be bumpy, so nothing really can do about that. But it does look cool. But lots of really nice old houses back here. Lots of different colors. Some of them are painted some fun colors, like light blues and greens and yellows. There's a pink one too that we saw earlier. So lots of different colors, very colorful, a lot of character and a lot of charm right here in this historic district in the uptown portion of the city. This road is super bumpy. Yeah, golly. Good thing you don't have to drive all the way up this road to get here if you live here. You can just kind of take one of these side roads. Gosh, could you imagine if all roads were like this? I know they probably did used to be back in the day, but good lord. I know I lived up in Ohio for like 9 months when I was a kid, and we lived off of a red brick road like this, and it was awful. Couldn't do anything on it. You can't skateboard on it. You can't rollerblade on it. Couldn't even put a scooter on it. You get hung up and fly off. Can't ride a bike on it, so there's that. But there's sidewalks for that, so I guess you could, you know, go for it over there. And right up here, we're going to be coming up to two historic homes back to back. It's going to be the Walker Peters Langdon House and the Pemberton House. I think we have some people standing in front of it or doing some landscaping, some leaf blowing. So we'll see what all we're able to see. But this is the first one right here, that green one. Or that wasn't it. This is the Pemberton House right here. So that's going to be John Pemberton, the maker of Coca-Cola, and then the one right here next to it is going to be the Walker Peters Langdon House. And it's probably the oldest house, maybe, I would think, at least whenever I was reading it, said it was the oldest house inside of the city of Columbus, built in 1828, right here. Well, it wasn't built off this road, actually. I believe it was actually built in Harris County, and it was built for a colonel. And then the Walker, Peters, or Langdon family ended up moving into it, and they've lived in there for over 100 years. And now it's down here. Oh, good lord. I'm gonna pop a tire. I guess you kind of have to learn which side of the road to drive on. That's going to be coming up on the end of what we have here. I've already done a tour of the uptown portion of the city, which is what is directly in front of us, so I will not be going over that. But I will drive down, I think, just one more street of some of the homes that we have here, and that will be it for the video. That building that you just saw right there was the River Center for the Performing Arts. and I have no idea who made that painting, but it is one of my favorite paintings inside of the city. So, got to love it. So we're gonna take a right down here, and this is a historic part of town as well. It just doesn't have the red brick roads down here, and also not a whole lot of houses here either. But we still have some properties to look at. So we'll take a look. See, another historic part of the city is going to be the Springer Opera House, which is about a mile behind me right now. And that's also one of the oldest theaters inside the city of Georgia. It's actually known as the Theater of Georgia. There's a sign for it too whenever you get off at exit 1 off of J.R. Allen. Makes it pretty official to me. As you can see, we continue with the same kind of trend and style of home on this road as well. You just don't get the, I guess, complete novelty of, having the red brick road, and then you also don't have the median that has all of the stuff in the middle of it, like the grass and the fountains and stuff. But if you're into the style of home, it does stretch out, pretty good distance from, where the label of the historic district is. So, and then we're going to take a left down this road, look at it just a little bit more, and then we'll end up ending the video out. I think y'all get the gist of what we got going on down here in this location. Stop sign, let this car go by. We're good to go. There's a big blue house right there. Blue is probably my favorite color. So I likes it. And looks like we got a green light right here. So we'll go ahead and come right over these railroad tracks and head over here. And I know what, I think we'll go ahead and just look up here real quick. We'll go ahead and look at the Ralston Towers up here. Or the Springer Opera House, I think is what we're going to look at. Not the Ralston. We don't want to look at the Ralston. So this is the box office, ticket booth, whatever you want to call it, of the Springer. And then we take it right down here, and we get to see this whole building. So they've actually just put about $10 million into their facility to make it a better experience and more enjoyable. So definitely go check it out. Again, it is the State Theater of Georgia. So definitely got everything in the world going for it. Has a lot of really good plays that come out of there. I always suggest people to at least go and try to watch one. Even if you don't think that you're going to like it, I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised if you do. And right here in front of us, or what end out the video, is going to be, if I can get the camera to go straight, is going to be one of the biggest, nicest, and fanciest churches inside of Columbus. Probably my favorite one whenever it comes to the style and the look of it. But that's pretty much going to be it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed watching today's video over the historic district. If you liked the video, please do subscribe if you would like to see more. Have a good one. Have a blessed day. Peace.